Now let's review some real examples of brand defined. First, we'll take a look at a residential real estate agency. Their mission is to help represent buyers and sellers as they navigate through the real estate process. Their vision is to educate and provide an exceptional experience to buyers looking for their dream home and to help streamline and expedite the seller's journey to their next home. Both are very specific. Their 4 values are professional, approachable, service, which is a 2-sided word, and community. Their brand statement is that their brand name is the leader in their area in experience, service, and customer satisfaction. Their position, including their asset strengths and their voice. We'll talk about their assets. One of their assets that sets them apart from the competition is that their average employee has over a decade of experience. They also have low turnover. They have name recognition. They've been around a long time. And their agents are handpicked and professional. Their strengths are that they are an expert and experienced staff. They have a high standard of excellence and value system. They also provide resources to help home buyers and sellers above and beyond what their competition does. Their voice and tone is that they are local, professional, and informed. The voice and tone comes through in copywriting and in voiceover situations for audio, video, and written word. Next, we take a look at their brand personality. In this case, it's a top-down layout with large words at the top, smaller words at the bottom, and the larger words meaning larger words are to be used more often, smaller words are to be used less often. So here you're going to see words to describe their personality such as friendly, supportive, convenient, invested, local, caring, strategic, trusted, values-driven, honest, stress-free, established, skilled, and informed. It's a good practice to be as diverse as you can in describing the bookends of the personality, as well as developing a pool of language that copywriters can pull from for both advertising and marketing. Next, we define our first target audience. The number one target audience should be the lowest hanging fruit. In their case, first-time home buyers. They define first-time home buyers in their area as age 25 to 60, both male and female, married, often, and with or without children, in the upper class and middle class. Upper class is listed first on purpose. Then we talk about the geographic area that this person might be in, and the type of housing, which we say is generally suburban. We then start to get a little bit more into the mind of that person and how they connect. They use email rather than mail, a smartphone, possibly a laptop. They're comfortable with texting. They're very comfortable online. Then we talk about how they consume their information, their news, and their entertainment. This person is typically online. They probably have a cable subscription. They're frequently attending social media. Their entertainment might be streaming services such as Netflix, Hulu, Spotify, and Pandora. Then we talk about brands that they connect with. In discovering brands that this person has a relationship most commonly with, we really get an idea of who this person is and what makes them tick. For retail brands, they might be familiar with Remax, Keller Williams, Sprouts, Allstate, and Costco. You can already tell that we're casting a wide net here. As far as products, it might be iPhone, MacBook, or Outlook, or GMC Yukons, or Gap. We're describing a little more high-end here. As far as recreation, they like family activities, school functions, possibly city events, gatherings, sports, Facebook. So ideally, this paints the picture of the person that we're after. This is a very wide audience. This is not a narrowly targeted audience. But we can tell that they're a notch on the higher end. And now we get into the brand story. So we take this first-time home buyer audience. We put them into a story arc. And that starts with a problem or a conflict. We start with external. These are complaints. These are pains. These are things they're going to say to each other and to others. They're not sure how the home buying process works. They're not sure if they can afford it. Where are the best schools? Then we get into the internal questions and the internal conflicts. These are their thoughts and their fears and emotions. Can we trust our realtor? Is this a fair price for the house? Am I ready to commit to a house with a long-term mortgage? This is a big deal. And then we get some insight into their philosophical perspective. This is their belief. Generally, the belief that we want here is a belief that's going to resonate with the guide and the brand and the solution that the guide presents to the hero of the story. In this case, I believe I want to buy a house, but I don't know if I'm ready. I need someone experienced, honest, and approachable to help me find the right house and work through this process. And the hero and the story arc, with the conflict and the problem, should meet the guide at this point. The first thing they need to do is the guide needs to relate to the hero. And then they need to gain notoriety and respect from the hero. So the first step is empathy. And in this case, we position the guide as our realtors are homeowners in Denton County as well. We understand the concerns of home buyers. We have the necessary experience to guide you through it. And the authority is decades of experience, an average of 10 plus years per agent, which gives us more expertise and the ability to negotiate and navigate through contracts for both buyers and sellers. Then the guide, the brand, gives the hero a plan. The plan generally involves the product or the service that the brand is offering. In this case, our knowledgeable team and expansive selection of listings allow you to find the perfect home with a stress-free and positive experience. And then the call to action. Your dream home is a phone call away. We've dressed that up a little bit. Instead of just call us, we're starting to cast some vision here. Your dream home is a phone call away. Contact our expert realtors. Now the term contact can mean call us. It can mean email us. And then you have the result. This is the big payoff, the climax of the story. You either have success if the hero faces the conflict and takes the action, or you have the failure where the hero declines to take the action. In this case, the success is you will have a trusted and dependable advisor to guide you through the process of buying a home. You could go even a step further and say, you will find your dream home, and it will be a smooth process. We're beginning to make a promise here. The failure, if you don't choose to act as the guide has presented, then you will have a hard time finding a property and difficulty managing the contractual process with banks, property owners, and potential buyers. How much fear you want to instill in declaring a failure depends on the nature of the brand. But there's always going to be a little bit of fear here. What happens if I don't choose this brand? Then we develop the value proposition. So the brand story helps us understand the relationship between the brand and the audience. The value proposition is more of a communication tool from the brand to the audience. And again, we're talking about the same audience member, first-time home buyer. We're going to declare a problem and provide a solution. The problem is they want to find a perfect house, but they're not educated about the process of purchasing a home because they're a first-time home buyer. The solution that the brand is offering is knowledgeable, engaging, and expert staff that helps you find the perfect home by guiding you through the process from start to finish. Now notice the language here. The language of we will help you by guiding you. This is developed from the brand story. The buyer is the hero of their own story. Keep that in mind because it's tempting when you're developing a brand's language, to make the brand the hero. But people don't really want to be saved by the hero. They want to be the hero. It's the same reason why likes on Facebook spike endorphins in our brain. It's the reason why most people are narcissistic deep down. And it's the reason why people say, I got a haircut, and not, I just contracted out the cutting of my hair. Because they are the hero of their own story. They are the center of their own universe. And in order to create the most compelling message, you must appeal to that. So in this case, we are going to help you find your dream home by guiding you through the process. We're here to help you. We're not here to save you. Then we get into features and benefits. And what we like to do is what's called benefit first marketing. Instead of talking about, in the case of a pickup truck, how much horsepower it has and how much torque it has, and then relating a benefit such as so that you can pull your boat out of the lake faster. What resonates more is the end benefit itself. And so if you lead with the benefit and support that benefit with the features, it connects and resonates better with most audiences. So in this case, the benefits, the real tangible end benefits to this audience member, the first-time home buyer, is the right home at the right price through a streamlined experience. We're talking about easy. That's the word. And the features that support the benefits under the right home, well, how? How can the brand bring you the right home and present you with a way to get to the right home? Well, we have the most listings. We have the most listings in town. With hundreds of listings, you're guaranteed to find the right home. It's just a numbers game. We have a local emphasis. Our realtors are familiar with the area. We live in the area. We're rooted in the area. And we're friendly. The benefit of the right price. Well, how can we help deliver that on that promise? Through deal sourcing. We're trained to find the best deal available for you, the buyer. We have resources. We have in-depth resources and education for you. And we're independent. We're local, independent, and dedicated to finding the best deals for our neighbors. And the final benefit of a streamlined experience. How can we achieve that? Through experienced staff. We're client-focused, and we're a committed team. And then the big payoff, the brand promise. The brand name will help you find the right home at the right price and work to make the process as simple and stress-free as possible. Now let's look at another brand. Same format. It's going to sound very different because we're no longer talking about the stress of home buying. Now we're talking about travel. So this is cooking classes abroad. The mission is to create a fun, hands-on environment for travelers to have a unique, authentic experience. The vision is to continue growing steadily, creating demand for our classes by online reputation and word of mouth. The values: fun, fresh, educational, delicious, authentic, and memorable. So this is located in Italy, and it's a popular thing to do. You take a class, you learn how to cook local dishes, and then you get to enjoy it around the table with all your classmates that you met from all around the world. The brand statement is that the brand name is a cooking class that provides hands-on Italian food education to tourists visiting Italy. Their position: assets, strengths, and voice. In this case, the primary chef, the founder, is the face of the brand. And so the brand name is a big asset because it's extremely descriptive of what they have to provide. Their location is an asset, being in a more touristy part of town. And the chef himself, his name, his face, and his voice are all assets of the brand. That's something that this brand has that their competitors do not. The strengths are the experience, the quality, and the personality. The experience meaning the experience of the staff, the quality of the food, the quality of the training, the environment, the kitchen, the equipment, the food, everything. And the personality. The chef, the primary instructor, has a lot of character. The voice and tone is upbeat, warm, and friendly. And in this case, as with the real estate agency, these are both existing brands. So we're just defining what is already there and uncovering what is already there. Personality includes words like unique, authentic, memorable, knowledgeable, hands-on, diverse, first-hand, group activity, in-depth, and welcoming. The target audience is the Euro tourist, someone who's visiting Italy. Their age, casting a really wide net here, is 28 to 65, male, female, single, married, with or without children. This is basically anybody who's traveling. This is not a cheap activity, but if you are the type who's traveling, you're already spending money. And it's an extremely memorable experience. The geographic area is first world countries. They have customers from just about everywhere you can imagine throughout the years. All types of housing. How they connect? Definitely on social media. Yelp and TripAdvisor are one of the primary drivers. They email, they text, they instant message, they use a smartphone, desktop, laptop, tablet. We're painting the picture here, technologically comfortable. Media they consume. It's going to be online, NPR, Huffington Post, possibly cable news. This is going to be a more educated crowd. Their entertainment's definitely going to be streaming, Netflix, Spotify, and iTunes. As far as brands that they connect with, here's where we gain probably the most insight into who this person is. For retail, Whole Foods, Amazon, maybe Pete's Coffee, possibly Nike, Under Armour, Quality Gear, as well as Rick Steves, the travel advisors. So this is somebody who's comfortable with paying for a premium product. As far as products that they resonate with, iPhone, Oakley, Coach, Instagram, North Face, premium. For recreation, they're often comfortable with Airbnb, Expedia, basically buying their travel online, TripAdvisor, Epicurious, and Virgin. Here we find the brand story. Now before reviewing this brand story, the example I like to share is from Star Wars. The audience member is Luke, and the brand is Yoda. Yoda can't save Luke. Yoda can't fight for Luke. But Yoda can show Luke the way. Luke has a problem of his own, and he has to face that problem. And a fight is imminent. But Luke has to believe that Yoda has the tools to teach him to get there. Yoda has to show Luke that he has the tools to get there. He has to empathize with him. And he has to show him that he has the way. And then he shows him what to do and calls him to action. And then it's up to Luke to take action. But at that point, Luke believes that he has it in him. So our hero is the Euro tourist. The problem is that they don't want to do typical tourist activities. They want to do something truly, truly local. They want an unforgettable experience. They want to really enjoy themselves. They might want to brag to their friends when they get home. And they don't want to miss out on something great when they're traveling abroad. So there's a fear of missing out here. Their belief is that there has to be an activity that is immersive, local, and fun. So here's where the brand empathizes. We are world travelers as well. We know what it's like to look for fun and unique experiences that immerse us in local culture. And here's the authority. The chef, he's a native. He's an excellent chef, an excellent teacher. And here's the plan. Have a fun, unique experience cooking authentic Italian cuisine in a local kitchen from a world-renowned chef. And the call to action, book your spot in a cooking class. Simple, straightforward. The result, have a fun, unique, and unexpected local experience in Rome. In Italy. Or you can just have a typical expected tourist trip. And we develop our value proposition out of that story. So here's the problem in a summary. The Euro tourist is looking for a fun, unique way to experience local life in Italy. The solution that the brand has to offer is learn how to cook, how to meet new friends from all over the world, have a great time, and enjoy a fantastic 4-course meal that you helped to create. It's a fun activity, it's a local experience, and a delicious meal. Now you can see this in contrast to the real estate agency is a features-forward organization. We're leading with a meal, an experience, and an activity. So some of the details behind these things, the drivers behind these things, and why they are motivating. A fun activity is produced by a great teacher, by meeting new people, and by hands-on learning. A local experience is driven by learning from a local, from gaining local history throughout the process of cooking. And we're located in a neighborhood that's known for cuisine. A delicious meal is supported by a renowned chef, a 4-course meal, and locally sourced ingredients. The promise is to learn how to cook Italian food in a fun, unique experience. And finally, we'll take into consideration a law firm. This law firm provides family law, estate planning, and business formation. Their mission, our expertise, fuels our ability to do what our clients cannot. It's simple. And it really is why lawyers have a job, because they can do what their clients cannot. Their values: skill, strength, structure, and success. The brand statement. Brand name is a law firm that provides family law, estate planning, and business formation to geographic area and surrounding areas with strength and compassion. As far as the position goes, the assets are the name, the founder's persona, and the founder's son's persona. Those are the two faces of the brand. Their name, their face, and their character and the relationships that they have in the community. Those are the assets. To help you understand what brand assets might be, going back to the UPS trucks, the look of a UPS truck is a brand asset. It's recognizable. It's almost trademarkable. A brand asset could also be a spokesperson, such as a Tiger Woods or LeBron James. Strengths of the brand. It's a family practice, second generation, decades of experience, and a personalized approach. The voice and tone is going to be compassionate, empathetic, yet strong. Strong meaning decisive and overbearing in the courtroom when needed, but not to the clients. So, focusing on family law, demographic number 1, or target audience number 1, we'll call it, is the person facing divorce. Geographic area, middle to upper class, 30 to 55, male and female, skewing a little to the male side, college educated. The problem is so this is a little bit of a different format than we previously saw. This is the target audience and value proposition combined into one. The problem is they are afraid of losing everything. That is the distilled problem boiled down to its essence. They are afraid of losing everything. That can mean money, that can mean property, their livelihood, their kids. They're afraid of losing everything. The solution that the brand can provide: we will advise you, we will guide you, and then fight for you. Now in this case, we're going to position the brand a little bit as a hero because of the relationship that the public has with attorneys in this situation. The features: skill, strength, and success. So skill is supported by a multi-generational firm, by putting you first, and a custom strategy for every case. Strength is going to be decades of experience, fierce protection, and advocacy. And success is a proven track record, a level playing field, and a bright future. The brand promise: compassionate strength. It's a paradox, but it resonates to the person who's afraid of losing everything. In conclusion, every single brand in the world needs improvement. And the owners of the brand need to control the narrative in order to improve the brand. In the information age, it's too risky to operate an asset, such as a brand, without strong direction and control. Gone are the days of overspending on advertising in order to convince people to buy a bad product. It's increasingly important to focus on who you are as a brand and to do that really well. Advertising is still a big part of the picture, but it is no longer the entire picture. Branding, building a promise, and delivering on that promise is essential to growth. A clear, purposeful message is powerful, and when crafted in a way to resonate with a specific audience, will yield a return. Branding is an investment, a long-term investment to earn loyal, long-term brand advocates. And we have the methodology to help your brand grow.